Earlier this morning, after a slight delay, members of the 2015 Scotiabank Giller Prize jury announced the 5 finalists for this award. Of the 5, 2 were published right here in Windsor, Ontario by Biblioasis Press. Martin John, a novel by Vancouver-based author Anna Schofield, and Arvida, a collection of short stories by Montreal-based Samuel Archibald, which was translated from the French by Donald Winkler. This is amazing news on a number of levels. First and foremost, it's great for our brilliant authors, Anna and Samuel. They both wrote exceptional books worthy of all the praise they've been getting from the press, gushing reviews from the Globe, the Post, the Star, Gazette, Maclean's, and many other outlets. Their placement on the Giller shortlist will mean that we can promote their works even more and get their books in hands of more folks all across the country and internationally. Briefly, Anna Schofield's novel Martin John is a novel at its core about a mother's conflicted love for her monstrous son. It's a dark but comic book that was called Dazzling by Maclean's, Brilliant by the Globe, and Fearless by the Vancouver Sun. Samuel Archibald's Arvida is a collection of wild and wonderful stories set in the northern reaches of Quebec. Of the book, the jury wrote, "This writing, so wise and funny, is impeccably crafted." Next, this is an amazing achievement for Biblioasis. Our press, founded and run by Dan Wells, recently turned 11 years old. Now that's young for a press. All the other presses that are competing are much, much older, and they're much larger, to be frank. Prior to today, we had 2 books longlisted for the Giller and 1 make it to the finals, Light Lifting by Alexander MacLeod. It is exceptionally rare for a press our size to land 2 books on the short list. The last independent press that landed 2 finalists was House of Anansi in 2013, a much larger press based out of Toronto, and one of their titles went on to win the award. With 2 out of the 5, our chances are good. The race is on. It's important to remember, though, that nothing exists in a vacuum. The other winner today is Windsor, Ontario, our hometown. Like I mentioned when our long-listed titles were announced, the only way a great independent press can work is if it draws on the skills and talents of the local community. It's sometimes hard to convince folks in Toronto that we can compete, but the announcement today proves just that. It shows that Windsor doesn't just support the arts, it produces great art.